All right, welcome everyone. We're here for Eternity Earn podcast number 2. I am Action XC, one of the mods in Eternity Earn, and we have Atlas and amongst other founders and people who are behind the scenes that are going to go through the project and drop some new knowledge, some new what's going to be coming in phase 2. So I'm excited, but we'll start with Atlas.
Thank you so much for the introduction and starting the podcast, Benny. We're doing great. It's been a very nice. It's been a really nice vibe going on here, man. With the community receiving a lot of these new investors, as you can see, our growth in the past 3 days has been quite incredible. We're sitting with a balance of 850,890 crow. Into the LP, which is looking very juicy. Looking at the contract here, we can see a lot of folks are compounding left and right. We're seeing some nice orders come in. 12 minutes ago, 7,000 crow. Then you had 8 minutes ago, 1,000 crow. The activities is ticking up, and our user base into the contract is also on the uptrend, as well as expected. We understand that most people who are getting into this, they're coming in, they're familiarizing themselves with the strategy, how this works, who the team is, and what we're about and what we're building here as part of the first phase with the Eternity Miner. So it's really nice to be so popular, to see the interest from the investors that are looking for that steady return, where they're able to walk away from their charts, go walk the dog, spend time with the family while they're getting up to 8% a day. The only complaints I've heard are finger pains from compounding constantly over and over. And there's so much, crow coming through to them that they don't know what to do, but just try to share that with others. There are other investors, friends, people if they met in other projects. So, man, for me, I'm extremely grateful and humbled by the appreciation and the feedback that we're getting from the investment community, and watching how it grows. Going into the 6 degrees of separation theory, we all know 6 people. Each one of those 6 people know another 6 people, and this grows organically. Of course, we're going to do some advertising. We got Steve H working hard. We got AMAs coming up. I'm not going to give you too much. I'm going to let him actually go into that very shortly. But guys, it's been incredible first 3 days. And let's get this crypto, guys. Steve, you want to come in, tell us a little bit about those efforts, tell the boys about the AMA on Monday. Step on up, brother.
What's up, guys? Hey, sorry I'm late here today. Was actually on a phone call setting up one of those as we speak. But yeah, so we were talking about the marketing earlier, and basically we want to move forward in the most organic way we possibly can. That doesn't mean we don't have the budget or the means to do the normal Jeep marketing, but the way we're going to be moving forward is a heavy push after the stealth launch coming up, and we're also going to be building out the organic base through lounge owners, through giving the tools and the videos, details, and basically the ammo for our community to use. So once we give the power to the community, give them the tools they need to sell this effectively, and make sure that the people they're selling it to are getting educated on it. And that's the most important point of this entire marketing effort, because a ecosystem, the way that we have it here, it is not like a standard token. This is not a pump and dump, something with just simple reflection, something that just has a simple staking platform. This is something that can get a little bit in depth for people, especially who are a little bit newer to crypto, or somebody who's even, I would say, mid-range experience. So, education, that's really the most important point. We're going to be having some tools coming out, some videos that will be able to be used with shill messages, with introduction messages as well. And we'll also be making banners for lounge owners, whatever we can do to help them. We're here to do that. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, guys. Most exciting project I've ever been on. I've been on quite a few. And the team is amazing. Atlas is just, he kills it every day. So does Gordy. So does Fortunate here. I'm just really happy to be here with all of you guys, and yeah, happy to answer any questions about the marketing. But we plan to under promise and over deliver. That's really the key here. We don't want to sell you the world, but we want to show you through our efforts what we can do, what we can achieve, and soon you will be a believer. So yeah, great to chat with everybody.
Thank you very much, Steve H, for that. Also, guys, we have it on the pinned messages. We have a AMA at the Cobra DeFi Lounge over on Discord. If you don't have Discord, please go ahead and use the invite link. You'll be able to download it. A lot of people know it. If you don't, it's a very simple to use system like Telegram. So we hope to see you guys all there. We're going to keep pushing it. There's a nice community of great investors over there. These are extremely educated folks into DeFi. It's nice to see them want to come and join us and pretty much partner with us, bringing their investment community and going out and disseminating the message and the product and what we're doing. They completely get it. So we're extremely grateful for the opportunity, and we see the growth that's going to happen there on Monday, which kind of comes in time, just in effect with the date that most people that got in on the first day are going to most likely do their compounding. So we'll get some fresh. We'll get some fresh support there from the Cobra Discord guys that want to come in, and they got some deep pockets. I could tell you that I spoke to them maybe 7 months ago for about 10 minutes, and they gave us $50,000 on the last project I worked on. So they are as serious as they can get. I think they've done over 42 pre-sale and white sale, and they don't get involved in let's just say GD projects. They're really about DeFi. Those guys are learning how to do Solidity. They've got a course that's for free over there if anybody wants to get involved. So it's something that fits our profile of investors. We all understand, and we want to disseminate the message and educate folks that your crypto needs to be working for you. I like Charles Hoskinson and Cardano and Solana and all that great stuff and Mana, but it's not giving me up to 8% a day. And taking a little bit of that while you're sitting there, for the next couple of years waiting for Cardano to get to $10, for example, that's fantastic. But take a chunk of that, throw it into a project that's actually giving you solid, wonderful returns. Something like Eternity Miner would be fantastic, especially if you combine that with our phase 2 that will be coming out within a week. You're going to see some serious growth for your crypto, guys. So moving on from that, I want to go ahead and drop with our friend Gordy here, the hardest working man in all of eternity here, the 18 to 20 hour pirate that's just out there really working to give us the professional edge and feel visually that is so important to really stand out and have a product that you're going to be able to take over to your friends and family, your neighbors, your attorney, your dentist. That was one of the conditions that I had to take this project. I said, if it's something that looks like some sort of cartoon, it's low level quality of graphics and interface that I can't be proud of and take to someone that I respect and that respects me, I'm not going to be behind it. I'm not going to work with it. I'm not going to do it. I don't care how great the contracts are. It has to all fit together. It has to all have the feel and the representation of what we're building here. So with that in mind, that was our one of our probably I'd say like second priority. The safety was always number one. That's one of the reasons that we launched this miner, to get away from the exploits that were happening in the farming pools out there. So Gordy, you want to come and introduce yourself, brother, and maybe drop those images for us here in the chat so that people can see them?
So thank you, Atlas, for the introduction, man. I'm really excited to show you guys these images that I've been working on for the past 4 weeks approximately. And like Atlas said, there's just too many tokens out there with apes and dog shit, and we need people to be able to invest like serious investors and not into like strange apes, dogs, or shit tokens. We really want to create like a long-term platform for real investors, a platform that looks really professional as well. So I will give you insight to the full machine. Let's drop these images. There we go. Hold on. Okay, so the first image will be the image of phase 2. All right.
All right, everybody. Let's see this. And I just got to say, Gordy, man, you absolutely are killing it. Probably the hardest working man in eternity, just like Atlas said. So I'm excited to show everybody this because I know there's been minor issues, minor front end issues as far as the website, the D app. And man, I'm just excited. You guys will see what this is all about for the phase 2. Much bigger things coming.
Awesome. Thank you. Get ready to get these posts pinned. There we go. The first image is phase 2. Awesome. If you're listening to the AMA, make sure to check out the pinned messages. And next up, we go to the Grand Reserve in the dark mode as well. There we go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Another image, last but not least, and it's for our current interface, Eternity.
All right, and hey, if you could hold off on that for 1 sec.
Yeah, sure, I will.
All right, we just have to respond to Mr. Abe Lincoln here real quick, and you may proceed.
May I? All right, then the last but not least, Eternity, the light mode on the tablet.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's fresh and clean. Was that designed by Apple, sir? I mean, Steve Jobs is getting a Woody over here, man. Unbelievable, bro.
Not quite Apple, but I would say that's Bank of America. Yeah, this is a real thing, real business. Great job, Gordy, man.
Thank you. And yeah, we're all about the best quality possible over here. And it's the time of the ape coins and the dog coins and the shit coins. It's all over. This will be the future. It's
absolutely, man. Bro, damn, bro. I want to give you a round of applause. I'm not sure if my mic's working well, but I'm gonna just have to go ahead and go for it. Was that clear or not?
It was better than last time. Yeah, awesome, man.
Thank you, awesome. Gordy. Could you tell us a little bit about how you came into the project and what you heard from us when we went out and recruited you to be a part of this team, and how you came up with the design, the color elements, and what inspired you to come up with this, and to kind of walk us through a little bit of your process.
Yeah.
To put this together, because it's always interesting, when you get to talk to the designer and ask where the inspiration came from, some of the hurdles and obstacles and so forth, because there is a story behind any great company that's on a come up and project. So I think it'd be a really good insight for people just to hear a bit more from you. Awesome. Yeah, if you may, thank you.
So I've worked with Steve H for the past year. And we've been growing and going to bigger and bigger projects. And then we met up with Atlas, and all we want to do is create the best platform possible. And to do so, I've been working in shitcoins and ape coins, and I was just like, this is not for me. I want to create the best of the best that's possible. So I entered the team, and I met Atlas, fantastic guy. And yeah, I'm so happy to be here with you as well. And we've got the best of the best. And I really like that you're saying that I'm really good. And I would like to say that you guys are amazing as well. And you're also really hard workers. So because we really want the best of the best, we want something that's professional, something that's clean and not the GD stuff, right? So we want to be clear. This is a complex machine. And they had to be visualized in a way that's really clear for people to use the platform. If you go to your uncle and you invite him to join your syndicate, you really want him to understand it in a quick and easy way, and that's how the design has been made. So we have a light mode and a dark mode as well. We use the light mode as the main version because it's the clearest, and we've got these juicy and fat numbers right on your screen that really communicate in an easy way. Next up, there are some like little design tricks, right? So whenever you see the first interface, you see the buy royalty on the smartphone. That's just right where your thumb is, right? So like Atlas also said in the past podcast, I've graduated cum laude as a graphic designer. So all these kind of elements and tricks are all included into the interface design. So blue is a color of trust, as a color of clearness, and that's something that we really want to communicate with you guys. We are really open, and that's a core value of our brand, and we want to create the best of the best, and we want to be open and very clear with you, and this platform needs to be simple to use. So next up, the second image, it's a dark mode version of the Grand Reserve. As well, on top, the big numbers, your available royalty, your deposit amount, your claimed royalty, and the max payout. Next up is the Grand Reserve by itself. You can compound, you can claim, recompound, and deposit. The syndicate information, syndicate level, everything is in there, everything. Then next up, the third image is the platform that you already know. So it's nice so you guys can see a great transformation between the old version and the improved version. It's really clear and clean, and that's the essence of our brand. We really want to be open with you guys and communicate with you as much as possible. And yeah, that's it.
All right. And as far as openness, being there for our investors, doing the best we can, I know it's an important fact for me to just express to you guys that I really care about the crypto community. I despise with a passion the scammers that are out here and the people that get hurt by them. I wanted to really introduce myself and tell you guys, we are here for good. And so it's great to meet you guys. I don't know, am I on video, Atlas?
Yes, sir. We can see you loud and clear.
Hello.
Damn, you clean up well, brother.
I know. I had to shave up a little and get looking okay for this.
Damn.
So my real name is Steve H. I live in Florida. We do plan on incorporating. We plan on moving to becoming a real business. We're going to be paying our taxes. We definitely want to do the best we can, make sure you guys are safe. And let's be honest, everybody here, especially for the last month or two, it has been a little brutal for most people I know. And I'm just looking forward to pushing this as far as we possibly can and making sure that as we're moving forward, we're always looking to the community for help, answers, guidance of where the community wants to go. And we also want to make sure that we're fully achieving a sustainable network of ecosystem that's going to be able to get you guys the right the right path to make sure that the money that you put in isn't something that's going to be a waste, as we've seen with so many projects. So just wanted to really introduce myself. Here I am. Hello and goodbye.
Thank you very much there. I did my docs yesterday. Gordy, I posted for our community here some of shots. I don't know if you ever see it on the post of what the fountain and the faucet looks like over Drip. And it's not to downplay them or anyone else. It's just a matter of showing, us looking at what their, sort of rendition on a graphic interface and their branding does. And us not wanting to be like exactly them. There's been a couple of really lazy, shitty, because you got to call it what it is, right? Copycat clones, which most of them have already failed. They didn't fix a lot of the bugs. The contracts are a pretty old version of Solidity that weren't even upgraded, and it's sad to see that so many people are investing into things, or they're coming into things and not taking a little bit of time to step back, learn a little bit of Solidity, how to read a contract, how to find some vulnerabilities. It's not that difficult. That's something that maybe we'll have Rude come in here maybe once a week and do like a little class of showing you guys how to take a contract and how to run some easy functions that are going to show you the big red flags that are, if it literally takes you 3 minutes, guys, to see. So, most of those guys took even their interface and copied it. And it was a blatant, ugly version, or they added some other components to it, different colors, but pretty much the same old fucking shit. I just got to be frank, guys. And that's not what we're about. We're not those type of people that are going to come in here. We took the contract and we built it up from scratch, not just upgrading it to the latest Solidity, but we're doing the same thing with the front end. So that gives you kind of an idea, if you guys hadn't seen what how they look. And again, not to say anything negative about them. Everyone just has a different style. Not everyone puts the same amount of effort that we are putting into everything that we're doing. And I believe they'll be able to upgrade and so forth. They've got a great striving community. But we've taken that torch and we've upgraded to such levels that we're going to be educating you guys on in the future. Right now, we want to focus mainly on Eternity. We want everyone to understand the opportunity here into the miner, what it's going to do, how all of the fees, the 5% in and out, is actually going over to the ecosystem and the contract balance over at the token and over at our version of the 2.0. And when you understand both of those products, how they work together, again, leave some money aside, some of your crypto to get into the phase 2. It's going to be quite fantastic, especially if you want to build teams. Here we call them syndicates. We have kind of a branding for everything in our own fashion, in our own way. And we're going to show you the differences between the two systems side by side and what those upgrades are and how they really make this a lot more sustainable. But Gordy, look, man, I don't think there's a person here that would argue that there's been a lot more time, effort, and the work that you've done comes from a serious professional with a lot of effort, with a lot of vision, and wanting to make something that, like I said, my original sort of condition to do the project was that it was something that I could be proud of and take to people that I know in the real world. So, exactly. Dude, thank you so much, man. Do you want to add anything else, or maybe somebody has a question here for Gordy?
We just look at their issues and improve it all. We've got a better contract. It's all newer. We've got a better network. We are on Crow, and we've got better designs. We just want to be the best of the best and deliver for you guys. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go ahead and have Abe take a screenshot for me because we want to be fully transparent with everybody. So Abe, go ahead. Yeah, I just want to get a screenshot and show who I am, All right. I guess, Abe, you probably got it. Boom, you got it.
Hey, Gordy, can you go through when this update of the, if we want to call it version 2 of the DApp will be available?
So I've designed the interface. I will not implement it myself. That will be the developer, but we're expecting something about a week. Might be a bit longer, might be a bit shorter.
All right, thank you. It definitely looks clean, looks smooth, and it will definitely be something that I could, gaze at, especially when people do the compounding, daily, and they see, Eon's going up, and they also see how quickly the crow starts going back up again.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So Betty, you like it, right? You see that there's a difference here as to it's something. When you look at something visually, it's very easy to identify if it's something that has a lot of thought and effort and time put into it, and the level of professionalism of the artist, right? And does that really sink in with you? Is that something that taking a quick glance at it, you see a huge difference?
Yeah, and especially I like how everything's spread out. If people have seen the dApps that's already, available, sometimes it almost looked like the claim button on the mobile version anyway, that the claim and the compound were a little close. But now, you're starting to see, and people want the numbers. They want to see the numbers. They want to see how, how everything's spread out, but it also gives you what you need, and also showing, the potential of phase 2. So I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, we pretty much threw a Band-Aid, right, on the user interface, because the main thing, especially with something as deep as Drip, with the team viewer and everything that's there, and what we're building into it with our own API, that's what takes a lot of the work. Okay, you could do the front end, you could do the graphics, but you gotta go into React, and you gotta plug everything in to the dApp. And the more graphics, the more images, the longer it takes. And we looked around, we shopped around, we looked to try to speed things up. And every reputable, great coder working on React was telling us 2 to 3 weeks. And then we go into bringing out the miner, and we said, look, we could sit there for another week to get that looking the way that Gordy wanted. He obviously didn't want to launch with not everything fitting to his branding and having the sleek look as he's been working on, right? But at the same time, we had to take into consideration that our community's been waiting for almost a month, and they were anxious to have a product. We're seeing, farming components into projects getting exploited and hacked left and right. And we're saying, hey man, we gotta go take care of the village. We need to give them a safe, completely secure alternative when we're seeing everyone just falling behind and getting themselves into some serious situations. A lot of people taking losses across the board. And so we said, let's just put it out there with that temporary user interface. It's not what we consider to be the level of our branding and what we're trying to do here, but at least putting something in your hands that you're able to go into, because under the hood, it's the smart contract, right? That's as good as it gets. There is not going to be any difference. It's just a visual aspect that is the real difference until we get everything plugged in to Gordy's design from the front end to the back end. So we believe we made the right decision there. The response has been fantastic, as you can see, from the investment community, and the interest it keeps growing. And I think when we launch the full user interface for both of the phases of the project, it's just going to be like a great it's going to be a great boost to the overall project. I think we're gonna really stand out pretty quickly when we implement that, man. Is there anyone that maybe wants to ask Gordy a question that is into design, or wants to critique it, or give him a compliment? Compliments are fantastic. I love them.
I'll speak up, man. I didn't want everybody to jump in at one time, but I'm definitely really appreciative. Everything that we've seen so far has been absolutely fantastic, and hearing that you're working, 20 hours a day to make this stuff happen, like, oh my gosh, we could not be more thankful to have somebody as hardworking and dedicated as you. And I think you're a great asset to the team. And yeah, man, looking forward to the future.
Thank you, Fortunate. I'm looking forward to the future as well, man. This will be a great journey for us all.
Now, Gordy, I know some people in the chat have brought up the potential of maybe what their current, obviously it's going to be a little harder because if you have people underneath you and whatnot, maybe something where it shows what could potentially what you can get at the end of the day for one day to see what you would be able to compound. Is there? I know that it's not the easiest thing because you also have to put in account people that are underneath you, that you brought to the project, so the numbers aren't going to be exact. But is there any idea for something like that?
Can you rephrase the last part a bit? I'm trying to understand your question a bit better.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean, with the almost like a running scale of what the your crow would be at the daily. Now I know that it's hard
I get what
because
you're saying. Yeah, there are fluctuations, of course. But I'm the visual guy, and visually is everything possible. But considering that, I think it would be hard because there will be fluctuations. But there's always estimates that a machine can make with minimums and maximums and averages. There are a lot of numbers that are in there that can be mixed and matched to get the averages. Of course, that's possible. I think it's there are a lot of possibilities. But I'm not the developer, so I'm not able to answer the exact question. To be honest.
Yeah, and I think, I could butt in a little too and say, as far as the numbers go on that, to go down 15 down legs and be able to anticipate timing of day when people are investing more money, when they're compounding, when they claim, and when they onboard new people. I think it's very tough to determine that. However, we might be able to analyze the numbers and put it together, just like a statistical analysis of what other teams or what all teams combined may be getting as far as a full average. That might be possible. However, that's a little bit down the road. We want to concentrate on what we're doing right now and make sure that we are becoming the best that we can be before we move forward. Make sure everything's sustainable. Make sure everything's safe. That's a big thing for us. It's got to be safe. It's got to be secure for all of you good people. And Benny, thank you for the meme. Louis
No
C.K.
problem, no problem. Undefeated. Now, as we see, a lot of old faces in the VC. I also see a lot of new faces. So if Atlas or Steve, you want to take just a quick breakdown from day one of somebody being an investor into phase one Eternity Earn.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. What exactly do you mean a breakdown from day one? Where do you want us to?
I'm just saying, so if we have people that are brand new to the project right now, how they would buy, the taxes and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see if I can actually, maybe I'll pull up the current UI, but I wasn't actually prepared to do it. So look, I'll just run you through it because, the real opportunity here is not just a miner. It's wonderful. It's great. It's what we put out there as first of all being the easiest, system. It's a pretty basic, deposit, compound, and claim. So you're looking at the three main functions, and as simple as that sounds, the wonderful part about the system is how it compensates and rewards those that are following the 6-to-1 method. That is compounding 6 days, and under each day you can compound as many times as you really like, because you want to have those crow rewards actually on the other side of the contract, which is Eon. That's actually working for you as if you had a minion army, right, on the other side working for your crypto. So you can do that compound for 6 days, and then we encourage folks to actually on the 7th day that they're inside into our project to start to do their first claim on that wonderful day and start taking their initials out The idea here, the way you play this game, is that you come in with your investment, and you quickly, within a couple of weeks, following that 1 day a week, think of it as a paycheck, up to 8% for that week on your deposits in Crow. You're pretty much taking that back into your wallet. You're paying your bills. You're taking care of things that you need to, or you're taking that and you're going to the phase 2 part of the project, which will be coming out. So you also have another investment opportunity here. So with that in mind, you're going to be able to stay at the highest level of rewards. Those that are constantly claiming and they're trying to get quickly their initial deposit into the system out, they're going to be faced with punishment for pretty much trying to abuse the system. And that's when we run into the situation as traders, those of us who do have experience, where you get into a project, you buy a token, it's looking great, you're buying more, it's dipping a little bit, you're buying the dip, and then all of a sudden, flash, they dump on you. Liquidity is gone, or they rug you, the actual developers. This system is made to prevent that from happening to you. It's made to protect you and everyone else here that's doing that long-term investment with us. Their return is going to drop considerably as they increase the number of claims, down from 8% to 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, and even below 1. Okay, that is to protect us. It's instant karma that folks are going to face if they're not playing the game the right way. That's why we are very serious and understand that the best way to attract folks here is to educate them on the 6-to-1 strategy. There are some people who have told me, hey, Atlas, I'm going to not claim for the first 3-4 weeks. And anyone can do what they want, even if they want to continue to claim and claim. They're going to definitely be facing that penalty. They're going to be facing that punishment right away. We're all free to do what we want to do. The people who compound the most, who stay longer, they're going to move up in the position into that pool of rewards. They're going to be at the highest level. So that balances everything out. I think it's a fair way, a fair system. We don't have to worry when we invest into this project that it's all going to be gone tomorrow. That is not how this is built. So, that's the investment that, you're able to do right now. There is a 5% fee for depositing into the system. And then when you are operating in it, you're going to immediately get your referral link. With that referral link, you could bring a friend. They will be able to deposit, and you will be receiving a bonus, a referral of 12%. Now, that doesn't mean that the 12% is coming from their deposit. They're only paying the 5% to come in. So let's say your buddy comes with 100 Crow. Their balance is going to be 95 Crow in the system, and they'll have that equivalent in the Eon. The 12% reward is actually coming from the whole pool, the LTV value that's in there. You're going to be credited that. So it's a fantastic situation for a friend that you're bringing in. They're not getting hit off the top. They're getting their value of 95% of their deposit. And that's how this system works. The people who have joined it already are giving great feedback. They're making a lot of Crow on a daily basis. They're keeping, with the standard of the 6-to-1 compounding. And then when we launch to phase 2, which is, really the backbone of the whole project, that's where we're running into 15 levels of rewards, of you bringing a friend and they're bringing their friends all the way down. And one of the great differences here, if you wanted to do that in Drip currently, you would have to buy a secondary token. There's 2 tokens in that system. There's the Drip token, and then you have I call it BREEP, but it's BR, I think 34P, which is difficult to say, right? So BREEP is my shortcut for that. And if you wanted to take advantage of what the ecosystem provides to you, 15 levels down, there's some people that have 10,000 folks under them in that ecosystem. It would cost you roughly around $296,000 today to have that token. It's not a fair system for the guys that showed up late to the party. And I believe that is an issue for being here in a year or 2 years or 3 years, where we've taken that and we've eliminated that secondary token and we've made it a stable price, kind of like a stable coin, where you hold it and it's not really fluctuating in the value. The same thing happens to our rewards system of the project, where the first level, for example, is $100. The second one is $300, so you just need to come up with $200 more. The third level, okay, you would add another 300, but this is all done in our native token, regardless of the price. If our token is $50 or $600, $800, whatever it might be in the future, you don't have to buy our native token at that rate to be able to qualify. You actually only need to have the actual dollar value according to what the token price is at that exact second. The smart contract's built to look at the price feed and say, you have deposited $300 of our native, you qualify now, sir, for 2 levels of your rewards. And now you're also, besides the deposits that are one direct level, you're seeing there's a 5% tax in the system when folks are compounding there, which is different than Eternity. And half of that, 2.5%, goes back to the contract balance to support the whole system. And the other 2.5% is actually going upstream from you to those that are ahead of you. And that is being shared in a round robin style. Drip also does round robin on the direct deposits from people you bring in. We've changed that here. We don't like that system of round robin. If you put time into setting up your syndicate and recruiting folks to come in here and share into this great high APR opportunity, and you spend time, let's say it's your neighbor, you're making a barbecue and you have his wife and kids over, and maybe the guy, he's not too sure how much he wants to put in. He's got $400,000 burning a hole in his account and depreciating in value every second while it's sitting into fiat. He maybe the first time he puts in like $300 or $100 in the round robin system. If in a week he decides to put 10 grand in, his deposit would go to the person that actually is above you. And then, let's say 2 weeks later, he puts in 50,000 because he's loving the rewards, 2% a day. The guy's ecstatic. He's like, I'm feeling comfortable. I like the team. I like the community that I'm invested in. This is not a scam. This is something sustainable. I'm going to bring some other friends in, and he drops, $50,000. That's going to go to the third person above you. And I don't believe that that's a fair system if you've put in the work to get that person into this investment under you. So we've gone ahead and we've changed that round robin to make it fair. For as an example, if you were working let's say in a law office, right, and you became a partner in that law office, you go and you land this whale client, spending, millions of dollars a year at your law firm, and your retirement time came and you wanted to go and enjoy your life with your wife on some island and travel the world. For as long as you're, retired, you would be getting paid from that law firm, your commission, as long as that client would stay there, because you caught that big fish and you brought him in. So he should always, you should always have that income, that residual income, that passive income coming from your efforts while you were active there. So we've respected that. So that's one of the components too that we wanted to make it more fair. I truly believe in that. You need to ensure that whatever person you bring in under you is going to give you a long-term commitment as far as how things balance out and the taxes work. So that's going to be coming up pretty soon. Again, I like to repeat, I hate to harp on it, but I ask that you guys make sure to leave some crypto funds for getting into the phase 2, because that's really the backbone that is, it's residual income and passive income through those referrals on steroids. It's absolutely fantastic. The growth is brutal. It has a lower 2%. However, you're getting a lot of that compounding tax that's coming in and trickling. As like I said, some people have even 10,000 members under them over at Drip. So we want to encourage that. Does that help you, Benny?
Yeah. I think it gives people, that are maybe, learning about the project right now, I think it gives them a good overview. Also, we have the mods that are, myself, for, everybody else. And for the most part, or all part, the community is really important. This channel is really made for education. So what you're doing, what's coming next, and you know how to better push, your profits. And also, we also have people coming in from other, projects, that are similar, like SK, Crypto K, who's coming in and also, advised, and he's a guy who dropped a video. I know, Atlas, you played in the VC that gives a really great breakdown. So and that'll be in the pinned messages, so you guys, maybe if you didn't hear anything, obviously this is going to be recorded, but if you want a better breakdown for this project, that'll be in the pinned messages. I'll also forward it once we're done with the AMA, and it just gives you, for the most part, what's coming, and then the potential of what you can make. I mean, if you haven't gotten into it yet, and haven't seen how the compounding helps you in the long run, getting people on board with you. I mean, it pretty much, this first project gets you ready for phase 2. And don't worry, when phase 2 comes, phase 1 is still going on.
Yeah, absolutely, Benny. And I'm glad you brought up SK. I love the video that he did. When we set out to I'm getting an echo even on my end. Let's see. Okay, went away. So the SK situation was really a blessing that happened with us. Bromo actually brought him in when we were putting together the early days of the project. And my initiative here was to go to the drip community, to the people that were very effective and knew how to play the game and knew how to grow and knew how to find the strategies that made a lot of those guys millionaires. And from talking to people like SK, especially him, but we talked with a few of them, he was so instrumental in showing me and the rest of the team what were the flaws on a long-term basis. Because I'm not going to spend my time and put all this work into something if it's not going to be here in a year or 2 years or 3 years from now. It's just not worth it. I'm working on some very serious projects for the past 8 months that are going to be coming out this year, and they're serious utilities. They're not games or jokes. And I see the utility here. I see the potential for people. I've taken a lot of losses, in the space in the past 6 months, the past year, to be able to pretty much find Redemption Street and get into a ecosystem that's going to make their crypto work for them and grow. So they'll be able, if they have the patience and they could sacrifice and they can play the strategy well and pay themselves, which is so important. We don't want people just diamond handing forever. We want you to take your initials in the correct fashion to optimize the investment. So he came through with a lot of these changes. The weakness of that reservoir, that pair over there, impermanent loss, which is something that I really hate in farms, and encouraging us to find a better solution, encouraging us to get rid of the secondary BREEP token and finding a stable platform, a stable price that anyone can come in, whether they were here on the first day or on the 365th day of the project. They all have the same prices. They all have the same labels they're going to get into. That really changes the game on a long-term basis. The little guy is going to be able to come in and take advantage of all of the opportunity and rewards of the system. So we're very grateful, and to have that support. He came through with the video. I actually didn't know at that point if he was going to endorse us, but he gave a lot of time to me. The guy was getting married in Singapore and was spending hours with me for his wedding, getting everything right so that we could make those changes to the contract that we were building from scratch. And we talked to other folks, and what I told the rest of the team is, look, guys, if we can make those great people that have made so much and bettered their lives over at Drip, if we can get their advice how to make this better and more sustainable, we've got a winner here. That's the low-hanging fruit. We're talking, thousands of people that can come over here and take advantage of the changes, the upgrades here in our system. And if that's going to be our floor, our base, then we've got a lot of project to go and a lot of places to grow. So that was really the initiative. And because of him and others like him who've consulted us, we feel that we've got a product that is really going to stand the test of time, and it's going to attract those good fellows over there that have found that great success. Back to you, Benny.
Okay. I think now we'll take some questions from the community. And
if before we move on to questions, I wanted to thank the Crypto Cobras. They've really been busting butt, helping us a ton. Z has been nothing but a great person to all of us, and he's excited about the project as much as we all are. Artorius is working with them, Longshot's working with them. Those are some good buddies of mine as well. But they actually made a very nice video for us explaining the project, showing some details of the project. I would encourage everybody to go and join over there on their Discord. It's a great channel, and they will be doing essentially AMAs and education courses over there 1 day a week for Eternity and for the upcoming phase 2, as we've been calling it. So I wanted to go ahead and drop this in the group. It's important to me that if they are working for us, we are going to work for them. And I really love the channel, been a member of it. Atlas is actually the one who brought me into there, and I appreciate him for doing so, because the channel is just really, really amazing, and it's a great way to educate yourself. I just dropped the video into the chat, and I'm going to go ahead and pin it, so everybody should have a look. Go ahead and watch it. And I've also gotten several DMs of people who missed me doxing, apparently. So we'll go ahead and do it again. Hello, how you guys doing? I hope everybody's doing good today. This is me, Steve H, the real Steve H, the ones who DM me.
Sheesh.
So nice to meet everybody. We're really looking forward to making this the best possible outcome for all of our investors, for us, for their families, for the future that we can. So thank you all.
Yo, I have a question, guys, about crypto.com, like Crow. Could I ask it here?
Damn, food.
Yeah. So I bought Crow for a friend of mine to buy Eternity. So he bought Crow using Trust Wallet using Simplex because he didn't have a crypto.com account. And the Crow is showing in his wallet, but I added it to his MetaMask with the Chronoscan RPC. It's not showing up. What?
I think I know food. So he bought Ethereum, right? Ethereum.
No, he bought Crow straight from Trust Wallet. They sell it.
Well, a lot of times, like especially if it's Coinbase or whatnot, you might want to look at it. It might be the ERC version. So then what you would have to do is just turn it over to the Cronus.
Trust Wallet's Crow is ERC20 Crow. It's not Cronus.
Oh, fuck. It is ERC20. Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, wrong Crow.
Oh. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? All right. So I had to swap it.
Yes.
So Evo DeFi, swap it.
Yeah, you can use that or Elk. I'll post a link here for you.
Does Elk transfer fast or?
Yeah, that's everybody's saying that's the best one. So this is what we've been sharing with the group.
All right, can you drop it in there?
Food, I was able to when I was switching to Grow on Elk, basically able to switch out BNB to out through the process. It took me maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Okay, Elk swap.
Hey, Food, do you mind? We're recording this and we want to post this. Do you mind if we deal with this on a DM basis? We've got plenty of mods here to help you and take care of you with any of those bridging issues. It's very simple and easy. Elk is a one-stop shop to get it all done. And we've got some screenshots to share with you. If you don't mind, I want to go ahead and continue with the recording.
All right. Coming up next, I know we had Savage. You had a question?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to touch, Atlas, you were speaking about the down legs and a set price. Now, is that going to be dependent on what you purchase into the project, or that be to the side?
Look, that's dependent on the amount of folks that come under you with the referrals. And I don't like so much the term down legs. I prefer down levels or down lines. That's, we're going to stick to our branding, right? And
Okay.
what it's fine. I'm just giving you a little bit of insight of how it's going to be referred to. Don't worry, man. So it's a referral based system, right? As it grows, it's very extensive. It goes pretty deep. There's an interface that we're building. We're going to upgrade also the API where you can see how many people have joined under you, their wallets, their interactions, how many times they're compounding or they're claiming, and the system actually will do a mathematical equation that's going to give them a rating, like a point system. Because one of the great things about that ecosystem is that the money flows up in such a strong, heavy way for when you compound or when you deposit up to the folks that are in the project above you, and you're joining through their syndicate, right? That it's got a built-in feature of an airdrop system that allows you as a syndicate leader to go ahead and airdrop your community in the syndicate, your members. So we're working on that, and we're getting it pushed up. The one that's currently over there it's visually not very attractive, I would say, but it is. The smart contract under the hood is actually quite fantastic. The features that it has, but we're upgrading everything, and that's generally how those downlines are created. When you get into the project and you bring 5 people into the project, you're already considered a syndicate, right? And they go ahead and anyone there brings somebody else and so forth. The system starts to grow under you, whether someone's very active or they're not. It's not just one level; it's across as well. So that's how that's generated and built. I'm not sure if I answered it completely your question. So maybe you want to elaborate more.
So let's say right now I've got 15 set up to be a downline. So I know I have a team of 15 for downlines right now. What I'm wondering is, since we don't have a secondary token, what puts me in the place? How do I get to that where I can have the 15?
Okay, I'll explain the process. But look, those 15 guys would actually be one level down if they're all using your referral link.
No, I'm not talking. I know that. I'm talking about. I've got 15 down right now. I'm sure.
Okay, 15 down.
So,
all right. So,
yeah.
Okay, so you would want to buy our native token, and let's say you've got 3-4 levels ready to go. You would come in and you would purchase our native token, and you would deposit it into a staking pool. Just like similar to the Grand Reserve, it's actually going to all end up there in the first place. So you're going to deposit those tokens for the stable dollar value, regardless of what the price of our token is doing. It's the dollar value. So if it's $100, right, for your first level, all you gotta do is take, buy our token, $100 worth, and just dump it in. And now you have activated in the system of the rewards your first level. Then you get another $200 of our native, and you deposit that, and now that will give you the second level. And it goes on like that, $300 every level under that. So if you, let's say you wanted to have,
You've explained it.
Okay, you got that. Okay,
Yeah.
man.
So what it is, it's a
Great
separate
question.
staking pool. Yeah. So what it is, it's just a separate staking pool of the native token.
Yes, but I do want to be clear that those funds will not come back to you. They're going to be deposited to the contract to just maintain the balance, so everyone's able to get that fantastic 2% a day. Our whole mission here is to have the liquidity to be able to pay everyone back. Let's say 15 times over what we owe them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, excellent. Yes, that answers it perfectly. That's what I was needing to know, boss.
Great question, buddy.
All right, who would like to jump in and ask a question? All right. Well, you know what? I'll ask my own question. For the launch of Eternity Earn was a stealth launch. It'll be the same type of launch for phase 2.
Well, it is going to be a stealth launch, and even more precaution and secrecy will be happening for that. It is a token. We do not want anyone sniping the contract and trying to front run anyone else into that launch. That's something that's very important to us. We wanted to make it a even playing field for everyone that's going to come in. We have a small group of great leaders in the crypto community that have been identified as very, very good candidates for being the first syndicate leaders, the first 50 actual wallets into the ecosystem, into the deposits. But they're doing a 1,000 USDC investment, and the tokens that they're going to be getting are going straight to the Grand Reserve. So there's not going to be any of these guys dumping on us. They completely understand the great opportunity that they've been given, and they're here to set up their syndicates. They're here to educate the members of their syndicate. So we're not worried about them. We're more worried about the barred armies that are going to come and try to snipe that. We're going to put some very stringent rules. If anyone touches the contract is sitting there, they don't know the name, but if somebody leaks it and they think they're smarter than everyone else and that they're going to take advantage of that information, until we post it here in our group and all our social medias platforms, and we put the contract address, anyone that does it before then, they're going to be blacklisted and their funds are going to be kept for the good of the community in the pool. So we're being very careful. It's not our first rodeo. We've seen how these things can become a mess. So we're doing everything in our power to make sure that we're taking all the measures and security steps to make sure that we're going to have a very safe and smooth stealth launch.
Copy that. And that 2% that's put down, daily for phase 2, that'll be in the native token.
Yes, that is correct. It'll be in the native token, and just similar to the Eternity system, you're going to have, and everyone's going to have the same action that needs to be implemented every day of claiming or paying yourself. I've seen some really interesting strategies. I've seen some syndicates that do a sort of strategy where one day they claim and one day they go ahead and do compounding, and that way they're creating a nice income during the week for themselves. It's really up to the strategy that anyone wants to implement. It doesn't have a system like the Eternity that's going to punish you. But there's other intricacies that we'll explain a bit later on what strategies, according to your investment criteria and how much you want to grow, that are going to really maximize. And that's the beauty about this. There's different teams, there's different targets and goals, and you're going to be able to find your best strategy. But it doesn't have that system of punishing you for claiming. You can go ahead and claim that to 2%, but you're going to, in a sense, be getting out of the game quicker than everyone else. So that's a complex ecosystem that, like I said, the education is going to be so vital for everyone to understand how to get the most out of it according to what your expectations and your goals are.
Excellent. And especially with, Eternity Earn and, phase 2, it really is, a lot of projects bring up ecosystem. And this really is an ecosystem. One flows into the other very nicely. So if it's your claim day, you can take it as your paycheck or throw it in the phase 2, however you feel, fit of what your liquidity is at that point. So at that, anyone more questions? All right, before we finish up, either Atlas or Steve, drop any, what's going to be upcoming, what to look for during the week, and then we will wrap up, sir.
Yeah, I'll let Steve go ahead and give a quick summary of what's happening on the marketing side of things in over the weekend and until Monday. We already know about the Crypto Cobras on Monday, but Steve, do you want to come in and just share with us a little bit of your strategy and what you're working on?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been working on the templates that everybody can use. I've seen some of the templates going around that have been coming from the community, and I want to be nice, but let me just say, pathetic. We got to educate these people. We got to onboard them. We got to be excited. We got to show them what we're all about. So I want to prepare some just standard templates for everybody when you go out talking to lounge owners, you're talking to your friends, you're talking to crypto friends, real life friends, anybody out there that you want to approach with this and get to use your referral link. I want you to have the tools available at your disposal to give you some additional knowledge or at least an additional base or basis to explain what the project does. And I know as we're coming up to the launch of phase 2, it is a little tough because we are keeping it close to the vest, but we have to do that, guys. We have to do it to protect the name, to protect the integrity of it, and to protect the self launch itself. So yeah, definitely want to give you the tools so you can do that easily. We're also going to be setting up AMAs throughout the crypto community on lounges that haven't already been in the chats related to what we're doing, or lounges that haven't really promoted us. So a little bit of an AMA tour. We're really looking forward to it. If there's any AMA groups in here, feel free to DM me, reach out to me. I see a few of you that I have not responded to. My DMs are a little bit crazy, but I will be getting to everything tonight. So I'll be looking forward to that. In addition to that, we're going to be doing what I would call some smaller term marketing, getting out there grassroots style, and it's really effective. With the way this group has grown organically, it gives us so much more strength in the future compared to the Jeep marketing. Because with that marketing, you're getting a lot of bots in here. You're getting a lot of people who are not looking to invest, but are looking to maybe win a prize, maybe whatever the case is. That doesn't matter. But when it grows organically like this, just with any other big project out there, it gives you so much more strength moving forward. And this is actually really beautiful for us guys, because as we move into the phase 2, we don't have a scraped group, a body group, something that is inorganic, unorganic, and it hurts the project when we go that route in the long run. I mean, I'm sure you guys wouldn't want to see in any group you join 250 online, right? With a total of 150,000 members. You already know what's up. So really looking forward to building this in that way without it being some of the conventional ways that are not effective that many people use. But yeah, I look forward to it either tonight or tomorrow morning for my time. I'm in EST down here in Florida. I will be dropping the templates, and we are working on some videos and things to just give you a full education package to go out there, get your referral link out there, and get it out there in a way that is going to make you significant money, significant compounding earnings, and significant amounts for you to claim on that 7th day. That 6 in 1, it works. Everybody stick to it, and we're all going to succeed together. So, happy to answer any questions. Hit me up directly or ask any, and that's great.
Hey, hey, Steve, I don't know if you guys covered this earlier, but as far as the mining protocol and the mining contract goes, do you guys have any ETA or plans for being able to get investors to easily access the depositing procedure, via not having to use MetaMask and having some sort of DApp, maybe with Finance or VVS or something?
Well, as far as going out to DEX, a DEX, that's going to be coming down the line. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. However, we do have plans to be moving forward down that route. I did have a friend of mine who happens to be in here say that, or he was in here earlier, that he was able to use Trust Wallet with it, but that was after we were having people change the RPC URL. So, you know, that could have been the case that was affecting it earlier. So if you are using Trust Wallet, you feel free to try it. Let me know if it is working. But moving forward, guys, remember this D-app that you are going to right now, this is temporary. This is not the permanent D-app, and it's that way for a reason, so we can protect our stealth launch. This is something that was made to get us through to the phase 2, and it's something that was made to be able to get the miner going, get it moving, get us the traction we need. And this is beautiful, guys. We got, what, 1,000 people in the chat. I mean, looked while we're on here. But this is all organic with nothing spent on marketing. And we do have a significant budget. We will be pushing this hard, but we want to get the right platform, the workable platform, and the platform that gives you a much heavier ease of use. So yeah, really thankful for the question, because it is important, and I'm glad I was able to mention that this is not the D app that you will learn to love. And you know, the one that's coming, the ones that were pinned in the messages in the main chat, that is what's coming. So keep that in mind. And functionality is very important. Safety, functionality, and growth. So yeah, thanks so much, Abe, for the question there.
All right, Alice, you want to bring us home?
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for hosting this for us this evening, Benny. Fantastic job, Steve. Great messaging there, and fantastic update. We've been getting some questions on the marketing. People want to see the growth continue. They don't want to see anything here stall at any point. So you're being very active, and I'm very proud of the work that you're doing here for the team and the whole investment community. So I think that's really it, guys. Things are looking really great. Seeing right now 644 users in 3 days, 854,532 Crow in the liquidity pool. And guys, it's looking fantastic. On analysis of the contract itself, I'm seeing great activity. The folks are really understanding the strategy. They're really buying into it, which is what's going to give everyone here a result. We don't want anyone to get left behind or put themselves in a position to start claiming and dropping the power of the reward, right? We want everyone here to take advantage of all the opportunity. And looking right here through it, it's showing everyone's compounding. We're seeing some nice deposits really coming through on a constant basis. And it's just a really great thing to see. It reassures me that we're on point with our messaging, that the community is really understanding the investment, and they're playing it to their advantage, which is exactly what needs to happen. You know, not only in the first 2 days, but in the first 3 weeks and the first 3 months. If everyone that comes here understands how to do this, they're gonna get the full investment. They're gonna be able to really maximize their goals and their potential here. So thank you for having us, you know, here tonight and participating with us, asking the questions. And I want to thank the mods for the great work they've been doing. I've hardly seen the chat, you know, closed. There's always people here. They've been very respectful, very helpful with the questions. Some people are showing up. They don't understand. They're a bit confused. That's different than what most people are used to, because it is a different system. Not a lot of these people have been in miners before, and the guys that have been, they're coming in and they're loving it, and they're even helping, you know, to answer some of those questions, because they've been there before and they understand how the system works. So I'm just very proud of the way that everyone's conducting themselves, the level of professionalism, and the whole environment's very, very productive, and people are really they're really buying in, man. It's so clear. So I'm extremely happy, and let's continue, guys. Let's get this crypto. And I think we'll sign off for the night. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to continue this every evening going forward, being active with the community, answering the questions. We're here for the long term. We want to build a relationship with each and every single one of you, and have this be a home, a place that you feel comfortable investing your funds, and bringing other people to join you in this great investment. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you.